Sorry, the last stream was actually disconnected. I didn't see that it was reconnecting, but wonderful play from Rico Lewis. Just kept 3, 4, 5 Spurs players over there. Rodri. Natanake. Rodri. That's a foul on Rodri there. We're playing through the tight spaces extremely well today. The game's just, it's just been very good from us in these first 13 minutes. The perfect Pep Guardiola game from us. Spurs player is down over there. A foul back Angie, and he needed to stop that transition. But Erling Haaland, the defensive work from forward line has been excellent. And I actually thought 4-4-2 might be a bit rigid, but we're actually playing well within tight spaces. So we just need to continue doing this good work. That's all. Loris and his distribution. It's one of the shittiest I've seen in the Premier League. Against Arsenal, it's not at all been good. I think it's his distribution because of which Arsenal scored a few goals. But no goalkeeper does that against City. Against City, they turn to be superhumans. That's fine. If you have to do something, we'll do it the hard way. That's where the joy is. Transitions. Be careful on the transitions. Be extremely careful on the transitions, guys. Gundo. Put some pressure on the ball, Gundo. That was just in front of Jack Grealish and Spurs are now ahead, but Nathan Ake has a head start. Ake does well. Ake does extremely well. He needed to get to that ball, Nathan Ake. There was no choice. He needed to get to that ball ahead of Emerson Royal. There was no choice before him. Ake does extremely well. Again, a good ball over the top, and this time Emerson Royal has room to cross. Nothing, don't allow him to cross like Garnacho did for United's second goal. That's well done by Nathan Ake. Was Harry Kane offside? Yes, he was surely offside. Anyway, it was a tight angle as well for Harry Kane, but Kane was surely offside. Nothing is a tight angle for Harry Kane, by the way. 16 minutes gone and Spurs slowly growing into the game. The first goal will be the key here. First goal will be an absolute key. Ederson with the kick. His distribution also has been poor today. Twice he's given it away. Jack does extremely well. Rico Lewis. Rodri. Nathan Ake. Akanji. Rodri. He's played the difficult pass. Kudos to him. City are playing the difficult passes today if you observe. Nathan Ake, can he cross? It's a very good ball from Nathan Ake. Jack Grealish surveying his options. Rodri, good build up, and Riyad Mahrez. Rico Lewis, he's been at the center of it. He's been like a heartbeat to the team. Nathan Ake puts the ball in, but probably one can shallow to cross that. Everything's been super good till the last ball. So that is the key, the final ball. But one positive is we are trying to pick out Erling Haaland. That's very well stolen there. I think it was that's a penalty. That's a penalty. He's pushed Erling Haaland. Or did he? Yes, he's pushed Erling Haaland over there inside the box. No, the referee's not given it. Probably. I think it was too soft. That's what he thought. But City's press is just turning more aggressive. Gundogan, Jack Grealish, Jack, get into the box and try to shoot. Gundogan. Ah, should have been a cross with Haaland there. I think Gundogan tried to curl it in, but it's good City are trying to put in attempts. We didn't shoot anything against United. At least here we are trying to up the ante. Vinicius bit could control much better. Exactly, Vinay. And also not just control, we are trying to force the issue even more. That first half against United was horrific, right? What, we didn't have even a single shot on target? Think we had one shot that entire half, both on and off target against United. Here already you have two, three shots. They're trying to play a Haaland in much more earlier. That's a corner from Grealish. I think the difference is Rico Lewis has made a lot of difference. And Julian Alvarez, the pressing of Julian Alvarez has just made it so better. And also I think with this formation of a 4-4-2 or 4-4-1-1, whatever you want to call it, it gives us more protection in the midfield from transitions. You already have a 4 at the back and then 4 in the midfield to protect you from transitions. Gundogan, Jack Grealish, Riyad Mahrez. Ah, chance. That was a beautiful piece of play there. It's a free kick to Spurs. And Mahrez had to give that free kick. They were on transition. I don't think there was much in it for a yellow. But anyway, I think Kulsaski was trying to pass it to Son and Son was free there. Kulsaski, it's a good diagonal we can see. That was a neat piece of interplay inside the box. Again, very good from City. I know it's 21 minutes gone. We have had no breakthrough, but Vinay says that inverted Rico is working well. I still wonder Vinay, why he didn't play inverted Rico against United. We would have surely had much more control. I think probably for United he went in the most unpepped way for United. He went with Walker and Cancelo who have surely not been in the best of form. That is not the way Pep plays, right? I think Pep went for experience in that United derby. Simple thing, and I think he's realized now that's a foul. Foul on Rico Lewis. Rico Lewis is just absolutely superb. Give a card, ref. The ref is just not giving a card at all. I don't know why. What should we do for the ref to make him give a card? I don't know why the ref is not giving a card at all. John Stones. Rico Lewis. Look at the way he never gives the ball. He somehow finds space, even if you put two, three people into him. The space out wide, the space out wide. That's a free kick for City. Now the ref is taking out a yellow card. He should have given that yellow card much sooner. Vinay says Little Lamb and Philip Lamb. I think it was not until 28, 29, or even I think more than 30 that he started playing inverted fullback, and Rico Lewis is playing it at 19. At 19 to play inverted fullback, to get into those tight spaces at 19, to be in a position where you receive the ball from the center back and link the play at 19, to be in a position where if you do a mistake, you're effectively going to concede a goal, to be in such a position and do it well match after match after match. Just excellent from Rico Lewis. Can't say highly of him at 19 if he has such a good tactical intelligence, which by the way Trent does not have. You can't put Trent in tight spaces, he will lose the ball, but Rico Lewis is not like that. People compare Lewis to Trent, but I think the tactical understanding of Rico Lewis is just something else, even at this age. City does extremely well to get the ball out there, back there. We're hunting in packs. We're doing everything possible. Riyad just crossed the ball upfield. The passing, the pace of passing has been good. It's just that we've not been able to find the final ball. Just need to be patient. Riyad Mahrez. That's out for a corner. Just the final ball. I won't sit here and moon the 24 minutes gone and we haven't scored a goal. I won't. Because the way we are playing is very good. Against Everton, I was moaning. Against Brentford, I was moaning because, and I was frustrated because the way we were playing was not good. But here we are having control. Riyad Mahrez with the ball in. On transition, it's Son on transition. Jack Grealish runs back and Jack Grealish does extremely well. Wonderful defending back from Jack Grealish. This was not the Jack Grealish we saw last season when he was not tracking back, but this season is running back, just buying into the ethos of this team. Wonderful water tackle exactly when I Jack Grealish. Jack is becoming a City player finally. Is buying into the ethos of the team, is buying into what the philosophy of the team is. Wonderful. That's a foul on Emerson Royal. The best thing about our display till now is the way we are preventing Spurs from going on the transition. This was lacking against United. When we give the ball away, we are we are exactly knowing where to put that tackle in. We're exactly knowing when to concede a foul. That's a good ball in. Son. I think it's Christian Roman. It's Perisic actually on the outside. Ake does well. Ake does extremely well. Ake does wonderfully well over there. What a header away from Nathan Ake. Fantastic from Nathan Ake. Wonderful Nathan Ake. If Ake wasn't there, I think it was a goal. Harry Kane was literally ready to put it into an empty net. Look at it. He's even kicked it almost. Now defend the corner well. They'll take it short and they'll create an angle, I think, for Kane to put it in. It's Emerson Royal, so I'm very confident that he'll put it into the third tier. The moment Kane passed it to Emerson Royal, I was like, done. He'll surely put it into the third tier. I was worried about Harry Kane crossing it from that angle. I don't know why he gave it to Emerson Royal. Akanji. Pep is not happy about something. Very well done. Nathan Ake. Rodri. I think he has to spread the play faster, Rodri, and that's what he's done. Jack Grealish now finding himself on the right. It's almost a great ball by Grealish to try and pick out Haaland, but Ake regains control of it. Jack Grealish into the box. Erling Haaland. Rodri! It will come, guys. It will come, guys. Just be patient. It will come. It will come surely. Just be patient. Corner. Rodri was lining up for his bullet. 27 minutes gone, and we have been the superior team. Riyad Mahrez. Jack Grealish. Ah, what an inviting ball. That's a corner. City are piling up the pressure on Spurs. Julian Alvarez does well over there. City are piling it up. I think Christian Romero is down. He's surely trying to disrupt the rhythm of this game. Christian Romero. It's nothing in there. We know what kind of. And this is when I get frustrated. I get iffy at seeing Spurs, especially characters like Christian Romero and Emerson Royal, who just make a meal out of nothing. They're surely trying to break the tempo. Corner in. Ah, not the best of corners. Be careful on the transition. Transition, transition. Gundo, transition. That's very well done. I'm very happy when we, even though we didn't score the goal because of the way we are managing transitions. Rodri, Rico Lewis, wonderful, wonderful work done by Rico Lewis over there. They're just not able to get near Rico Lewis. The way he's manipulating the ball, it seems as if, defenders in their 28, 29 years of age, in their absolute prime, do that. Rico Lewis is just taking it on to other level. Heavy touch from Rico Lewis. Natanake as well. Great ball. That's a great ball from Gundogan. I think Jack Grealish is in. Heavy touch. Heavy touch. Heavy touch for Jack Grealish. That was such a good moment in transition for City. Heavy touch. Grealish was in. His touch needed to be much more tighter. The heavy touch allowed Christian Romero to make that challenge, guys. Heavy touch. Look at that touch over there. Heavy touch. Otherwise, Christian Romero was done. Haaland was making a run. That heavy touch. Otherwise, we could have made much more of it if only that could be. How many of those if only moments are we going to face? Jack! Rico Lewis does well again and doesn't even go out for a throw. That is well done. And it's a City free kick. Rico Lewis again. Ref, can you please give a card? Or do you only want to write Spurs City players' names on the cards? No, he's given a foul. He's given a card. Yes, he's given a card. I think it's a card against Hoiberg. Yeah, Rico Lewis gets there first. Hoiberg stamps on Rico Lewis. Doesn't matter if it's unintentional. It's a yellow there. The follow through. You get red cards for follow through, so that's a bad follow through and he deserves a yellow. The control has been beautiful. Not been this joy. Sing City play for the last 1 month, 2 months, I would say, when before the World Cup we were wicking out results but not playing fluidic football. By fluidic, I will not say interchanging positions and stuff only, but fluidic in terms of having that control of the game, fluidic in terms of running the tempo of the game as per your wish. This is what Prime City is about. Possession based football is not just about passing, keeping the ball. It's more about the control you get because of it. If you can get control by making less passes, if you can get control of making 4 5 passes less to get from route A to B, so be it. Control. That's what possession based football. Riyad loses it. But Son is getting nowhere. It's a tightly knit web. The web they have knit around Son and Kulusevski is superb, but there's an outlet over there. But again, what about that is and Stones does well to clear it. Spurs have no shot on target. It's just that one attempt by Emerson Royal into the sky. Well done by Nathan Ake again. Well done. Emerson Royal. That's a good ball in and that's a City goal. Well done. Gundogan was the first to respond to it. We are proactive. We have been inventive. We have the plan has worked of keeping Sun quiet. It's been wonderful. Edison, 33 minutes gone. I think these last 10, 12 minutes we just need to ramp things up. This last 10, 12 minutes we just need to go and try to mow down Spurs goal. Just need to put Lawrence in that Spurs defense under extreme pressure. We have worked them around very well until this point, but the final blow needs to be delivered in this half. We can't give them half time to regroup and come back. Just increase the pace of passing a little bit more. John, Rodri, Edison, give it to Ake. Ake is free. Rico Lewis, Riyad Mahrez. That was a stray pass, and Mahrez had almost sold Rico Lewis down the river called as Harry Kane, but Lewis recovered very well. The way Lewis reacts to the bad moments is impressive, especially in that moment. A bad pass, and he tries to do whatever he can, be inventive in that moment. Without again Emerson Royal, and he's just kicked it out into the sky where even a NASA satellite can't locate it. Oh, it's a corner actually, it's a deflection. We need to put more pressure on Spurs goal now. The control is fine now. We've enjoyed the control, we've enjoyed the fluidic football, but time has come now to go and lay siege to Spurs goal. Go and just announce to the Premier League that the city of old, the city that everyone fears is back. I remember we were going through a bad moment like this, and I think it was in the COVID hit season probably, and Kundogan then I think against Chelsea we beat them 5-0 or something, and that just kick started our season. We are literally looking for a result like that against a big team. I will not say go and smash. Edison does well there to catch it. Edison does extremely well. Spurs work it out well. That the cross literally had no power on it, so no pace on it, so it was anyways a difficult header for Son. And Ake's deflection just took this thing out of it. Lewis, John, Riyad Mahrez. I think we have played through the left side time and time again. I think it's time through the right side. I'm sorry. I think it's time to explore the left side. Edison, the kick out is fantastic, and Jack Grealish has been robbed of the ball in an extremely bad area. That's very well done by our defense. Extremely well done. We have got there in numbers and we have just cleared it out. But Spurs are just going into the game at the end of this half. Need to be careful here. Carefully manage the game. Nathan, put pressure on Royal. Put pressure on Emerson Royal. Nathan, go to him. Go to him. Just don't stand by him. Excellent tackle, and that's a Spurs corner. But again, Ake read the situation brilliantly over there. Ake has just improved tremendously this season. And you see him playing like this, and you wonder why didn't Chelsea pay 40 million for him, 45 million for him, whatever. You have to be careful of the corners, especially when Spurs had the corners long into the box. They have some good headers of the ball. Christian Romero, Harry Kane himself, and people like that. It's an in-swinging corner. This will be challenging. Very well defended by Erling Haaland, I think it is. Edison comes out, and can he pick out someone in transition? No, he can't. John Stones. That ball is just a dream and is offside. Alvarez is offside, but I wonder by how much is he offside. City is just not able to score goals. That's the worry against Everton, a bad Everton side. We should have put them away. We just scored one goal and got a draw against the Brentford side. Still had to score more goals, but we didn't. So against that United side, we struggle to create chances, leave score goals, but create chances because there'll be games when you have 30 shots on target and no goal. It is not that kind of a game. We are struggling to create chances. That's my worry. Rico! That was so close. Rico. What a shot by Rico that was. Nathan Ake. Akenji. When I say shot on target after 38 minutes, that's the concern, Vinay. It's not that we scored only one goal against Everton. It's not that we scored only one goal against Brentford. The concern is not that we did not score against Southampton and got dumped out of the EFL Cup. The concern is we are not creating any chances as well. If you're creating a lot of chances and not scoring goals, it's fine. Bad luck, I'll give you that. But not creating chances, especially when you're having Kevin De Bruyne, when you're having Jack Grealish, when you're having Riyad Mahrez, some of the best creative players world football has to offer, and still you're not creating chances. So then the question needs to be asked: is it the system? Is it the tactical responsibilities that PAF is giving them? Is it limiting them? Or is Pep himself trying to adjust and he himself is between that false nine stuff and playing with the striker? So he himself is a bit, I would not use the word confused, but he himself is giving mixed signals tactically. There has to be something over there. Chelsea as well, Stamford Bridge. Even in the second half, we scored a goal, but we hardly created anything. Haaland is frustrated with no chances to him at all. Zero chances, right? Sometimes we'll forget this passing, just bloody play Haaland in. Try to just hit the passes to Haaland, that's what. You're not at all giving Haaland any chances. Against United, no chances. Zero chances to Haaland, right? Here, zero chances. Against Chelsea, probably one chance in the second half. I remember that too was a half chance. Haaland couldn't reach it. Erling! Ah! Vinay, that was the chance. Vinay, that was the chance, right? That was the chance, right? Haaland through. That was the chance. As we are talking about it, that was surely the chance. Haaland got there as well. Probably the control let him down a bit, and they're not going to give a penalty for that, are they? City win the ball back. Everything's been perfect except for that final ball. That's very well done. Riyad Mahrez is in. He's in behind. Ah, That was another chance. Another chance to Haaland. Two chances in the space of 2 minutes. I think this one was easier than the previous one. And what a ball there. Riyad Mahrez does extremely well. And I think it was Rodri who does extremely well there to lift it. Haaland has to score over there. Guys, Haaland has to score. Haaland has to score. I know the keeper is coming, but Haaland has to score. Erling. See, that's how we need to create chances quick and fast. I think that's how we need to play with Erling Haaland. That's a clear example that is shown how you play with Erling Haaland over there. Akanji. Exactly, Vinay. Height. We need to utilize his height even more. We need to put those crosses in, especially with Riyad Mahrez. I don't know why he doesn't put in first time crosses. Nathan Ake. Edison. Ah! And Spurs score. Spurs score. Kulisaski scores. This is the worst thing that could have happened to us, right? Spurs nowhere deserve to be there, and a mistake in mistake by Ederson, I would say, passing out from the back. Pep Guardiola is leaning towards the skies. Ake to Ederson. Is Ederson's mistake. It is surely Ederson's mistake. It is surely Ederson's mistake. You can't say anything about that. What what a time to concede the goal as well. Papis is looking into the Etihad sky. What a bloody time to concede the goal. Right at half time. The task has just gotten worse and worse. All the work down the drain, exactly, Vinay. And it's not the frustration is also that it's not that Spurs created things and scored. They scored from our mistake. No one gives us goals like this, and yet we gift opposition goals like this. Now Edison is also making mistakes. The pass was not on. The pass was not on. Pass was never on. It was Edison's mistake. The pass was never on. He sold Rodri down the river. Half time substitutions incoming. Kevin De Bruyne on the pitch. The pace of play needs to be faster. We need to come back from this game. First, there's another attack by Spurs. I'm thinking just get out from this half unscathed now. Concede a second, the game's over. And Spurs score again. What the hell is happening? Emerson Royal scores. Spurs score again. What the hell is happening, guys? What is it that is happening? How? How did we allow that to happen? I have no words for this. How did we allow that to happen? Ederson punches it and it goes to Emerson Royal's head. It was almost like Ederson was playing ping pong over there. Ah, Rodri doesn't get it. This is something which Pep addressed even after the United game as well. If you go a goal down, you need to relax. You need to relax, trust the process. Same thing happened against bloody Real Madrid as well. Same thing against United. We concede goals in bunches. We used to score goals in bunches. Now we just concede them in bunches. No words at all. And it's half time. Bloody hell. 2-0. 2-0. Now, if we can come back from this, that will kickstart the season. That's the only positive I can take from this. Because, guys, if this result doesn't go our way, I know it's too early in the season, but if this result does go our way, I think we need to prioritize what we want this season. Is it just the Champions League, or is it the Champions League or FA Cup, for example? Because we ain't getting back. If we lose this, I know deep down I want us to get back for the title race and all, but playing like this against United, we conceded a goal and we're shaky. Now we conceded a goal and are shaky, and that too at home against the Spurs side that Arsenal just dismantled. What is going on? What is going on now? Now I can I don't even know what to analyze now, because the half has been extremely good until the 43rd minute, until the 42nd minute. The passing, the control, the mojo, the ethos, the way we were just shifting the ball from front to back seemed as if we have tied Son in a web. It seemed that Kulusevski was going nowhere. It seemed that Harry Kane was frustrated. We literally had the Spurs game under control, just like we had United under control in the second half. But now it's mistakes by you can't do anything about it when individuals make mistakes. When a team doesn't play well, when a team switches off, well, I can say this probably. Rodri is not playing well, is not linking up play. Erling Haaland's not doing this, that. But when individuals commit a mistake, just like against Liverpool, Cancelo's mistake could not have told anything bad about the team. The analysis, everything was good for a draw. Even against Everton, Damari Gray goes on and scores that blinder. Okay, you can say blinders happen. United, I mean, how many days are we going to just live under this bloody excuse rock? We are City, we don't believe in excuses. Come on, guys. From when are we going to search for excuses? Telling that we are still transitioning to Erling Haaland, we're adjusting to Erling Haaland, we don't know where Jack Grealish's best position is, we don't have a winger. Put all those excuses down the drain. I think this game, if it doesn't go well, I think a lot of questions will be asked about resetting the targets for the season, resetting the priorities for the season. Vinicius Ederson out. But when again against Southampton, Ortega was not good either, right? Two mistakes, both are from Ederson, both are literally from Ederson. No one did any mistake over there. No pass to Rodri. Ederson does it. The punch, Rodri missed it, but Ederson should have actually caught it. I do not know why he punches it. And even if he punches it, the punch has to be how can a goalkeeper punch it onto the head of a player who was literally static? It's not that Emerson Royal played that does a beautiful movement and arrives there or something. He was there, static. How can he just punch it onto a static player? I don't understand. Two goals conceded by Ederson. Just give them as bloody Ederson own goals and cut points in the fantasy for everyone who has Ederson. It's just so shit. Vinicius players easily crumble. That's the mentality Pep was talking about. Biagis' whole team is a mess. Forget title and save Champions League spot. I don't know about whether whole team is a mess by Aji, but I can see your point, because individuals are making mistakes in different games. Like Ederson, this game, the last game, you could blame our midfield players, probably a Kevin De Bruyne up, Bernardo Silva and all in the last game. Cancelo, Kyle Walker also. Before that against Everton, you could blame our attacking this thing. I mean, if you look at individual games, you can just see that the process is there, the flow is there, and everything is there. But individual players make mistakes. Liverpool, Everton, Brentford. This game is an example. United, probably offside decision, but the second goal we shouldn't have conceded. So a lot of examples. But what Bayaji says is right in terms of too many different players are making too many mistakes in individual games. So if you just collect all of those individual mistakes in the last 6 games and put it into piggy bank or something, you'll see the names of all of the players in there. So I'm actually getting a feeling here that the instructions from Pep are just not clear enough. The instructions from Pep are just mixed here. Pep himself is probably a bit confused in terms of the tactical instructions and stuff actually. Mike says Edison 2 City nil, spot on, perfectly put, spot on. Vinay says now we need a new goalkeeper or put in Ortega. Even Edison's distribution has been off. Cancelo, Walker, Edison, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva. Rodri made a mistake for one game in the past, right? What was that game? I just can't remember. Rodri made a mistake as well. I don't remember. So, too many individual mistakes. I think it was against Brentford. Was it against Brentford? Where Rodri gives the ball away and other team go and score a goal? This is just a whole mess. The only bright spot I would say is Rico Lewis. And I think we have just praised him enough throughout the stream actually until now. The backline's not bad. Ake, Lewis, Akanji, Stones, they haven't made mistakes. All of the mistakes have come from the midfield players. Edison in this match. I think we have been conceding goals, but the strange thing is, and they're showing in the replay. If you can just have a look back at the replay, Edison has two vacant players over there. It is not that players were not showing up. John Stones, you look at John Stones positioning over there when Anderson kicks the ball. John Stones was free and Rodri was being pressed upon. I don't know why Anderson goes to Rodri instead of just giving it to John Stones. John Stones was free on the edge of the box. Okay, he could even kick it long, but I agree that's not an option Anderson takes. But John Stones was free over there at the edge of the box. He should have given it to John Stones. Guys, I'm not frustrated if an opposition scores a goal. This is football. You concede goals. This is football. You score goals. That is fine. But you know what I'm frustrated? We are literally delivering gifts. Christmas is over, guys. I think Pep needs to remind people that Christmas is done. Or probably the players are thinking it's just the 19th match and Christmas is still on. Someone bloody send them a calendar and tell them not to not to give away gifts. Gift wrap. Second goal they're showing when Kane gets past Rodri. I think question marks need to be asked why John Stones is not on the line over there and why Edison's punch was weak. Lot of question marks need to be asked. Football Freaks is it's Edison's mistakes. It's bad football freaks. I think this has not happened in the last 4 5 seasons, even in Pep's first season, because you just count the amount of points we lost due to individual mistakes. Cancelo, right? Liverpool game lost 3 points over there. Rodri gives a stray pass in one of the games. I don't remember which game, but he gives a stray pass and you lose another 3 points over there. And against Everton, it was against bloody Everton. Rodri gives a stray pass to Tamari Gray against Everton, and we lose that game. So you literally count the games. There was another game. This game, Edison's mistakes. So literally on the top of my head, I have 3 games where it's almost 9 points there, and you look at the gap there. So literally individual mistakes, and the title, and we are in the title race. Individual mistakes have cost us games this season, and that is the frustration over there. And this Spurs side is not even good enough to compete for top 7. They're not good enough to even play in the Europa Conference League. And you gift wrap them. Antonio Conte, if Santa Claus appeared before Antonio Conte today, he would have told my players cannot put the ball in the back of the net. You somehow help them to put it in the back of the net. It seems as if Santa Claus has come in the face of Edison and given Spurs those goals. What is happening, guys? 45 minutes. 45 minutes to rescue things. Football Freaks says, why aren't Rodri giving rest or bench for Phillips? Because Football Freaks, if you would have seen I'm sure you would have seen the Southampton game and you've seen Phillips play. Phillips started that game, right? Rodri was left. It was shite. It seemed as if It is useless. It seemed as if Raheem Sterling in midfield would play better than Calvin Phillips as a CDM. Calvin Phillips was the reason why we lost the Southampton game. So that's another thing, Calvin Phillips cannot play. It's just a mess. Like Bayaji pointed out, it's a mess. But outside, it just seems like a beautiful little painting with the control and just some individual mistakes, which you would say could be ruffled out. But inside, it's just an absolute mess. Players are not just playing well. Rodri needs rest. He played all the games in the World Cup, and I mean, I don't know how Rodri can keep up with this. Can literally see Rodri. I mean, if Rodri was sharp, he would have got there first to that Kane goal. Sorry, to that Kane ball. And there's not Rodri's mistake, but still, I'm telling you, if Rodri was sharper with good rest, he would have got there for the second goal. Even for the first goal, probably he would have got there first. Not Rodri's mistake, Ederson sold him down the river, but more sharper Rodri could have probably done something else. Pep is still finding out his formation. People say that City have come back in the second season, in the second half of the season and stuff. But whenever we have come back, we have had a set formation. You knew the formation inside out. But now, Haaland's goal scoring has dried up. It's just an absolute mess. But this half is literally this half can define our season. This half can actually define our season. I would say this half can define the priorities for our season. Do we just prioritize the Champions League and the CL spots? We can make a decision from this half. This next 45 minutes. I know that I mean, you people could say what kind of a fan you are, you're just discounting it, 19 games gone and stuff. It's not about 19 games gone, but it's about the rhythm, it's about the flow that the team is in. See, if City were playing extremely well and fluid, even if we were 15 points behind Arsenal, I would still back City to win this league. We know how to win this league. We know we have come back. 2011, someone was telling 8 points behind United or 6 points behind United with 3-4 games to go, and we won the league. Then 2014-15. Under Pellegrini, I think we were 6-7 points behind with 3-4 games to go, and we won it. Then 1920, literally 8 points behind Liverpool. In January, 24 games or something were played. I think 20 games were played then. So I actually think that this is a team that knows how to win the league. This is a team that knows how to win the league when they're behind, when they're down in the dumps. But we know how to win the league when the system is working, when it is fluidic, when there's a false nine, when everyone knows their roles. But you know, in situations like these in the past seasons, City would revert back to what they know best, that false nine. But the problem now is we don't have a system to revert back to, and when you don't have a system to revert back to, that is, it's almost like when you've had a hard day working, you're very tired. What do you want to do? You just want to go home and relax. Just imagine that you don't have a home to go. What do you do? I think that is the most distressing thing, right? So that is what is happening to City. We don't have a home, in the sense we don't have a strategy to go back to when we are down in the dumps. Football Freak says I prefer player making fouls, not free goals like this. But making a foul over there was as equivalent to giving a free goal, right? A penalty. But you're right. The goals given were so gift wrapped that there was not even a chance to make a foul as well. I know Haaland had two chances, but look at the what pisses me off is just look at the hard work that we have done to create each one of the goals. It's as if that you have sat there on a Sunday afternoon. You have done that for 1 year. Every Sunday afternoon, you've sat there and crafted a beautiful painting, and someone else comes and just writes the name and sells the painting for $1 million. That's what we have done to Spurs. We have done all the hard work. We have done all the creative things. And who gives a goal to Emerson Royal, guys? Come on. He's some of the most useless players I've seen, and yet he has scored a goal. Football Quicks, unless you don't play, he won't learn. That is true. That is true, Football Quicks. That is true. But but where do you play him? All these are high stake games, and it's And I was thinking, why did we sell Romeo Lavia? In these situations, having someone like a Romeo Lavia would have been advantageous. He's come out from the City system, knows the system inside out, knows the team inside out, is comfortable. So Romeo Lavia was. I still remember what the academy coaches said about Romeo Lavia. They haven't seen someone in a long, long, long time who had the vision of playing in that midfield role, in that DM role at such a young age, at 17, 18 years. So I have not never heard an academy coach say something about a player in a long time like that. So don't know why we let Romeo Lavia go. Vinay says what I like about Arteta, he's flexible with long balls, early through, but not Spurs were so comfortable defending their unit. But again, uh, Vinay, I think long balls are just not Pep's style of play. But Haaland has come and he has to adapt to that. That is what I'm telling. He's adapting the problem with long balls is I think we have to adapt more to transitions on long balls before because you lose the ball and becomes difficult. Mike says it's not over yet. Ederson can easily have a hat trick. Could be anything. Could be anything. Bayaji says 7 corners and only shot on target came from Rico and that too from a long range. The creativeness has always been a worry. The creativeness has always been a worry. But the only confidence is this club is used to being in the dumps. This club is used to coming from situations that seemed hopeless. If someone is asking how can you score 3 goals, well, send them the highlights of Aston Villa versus Manchester City. Last day, last game of the season with Liverpool on the brink of winning the league. If you don't score 3 goals and we go and score with 15 minutes left in the game, we go and score those 3 goals. So nothing is impossible with this team. It's just that we need to believe, but where will the belief come for the team? So this half is not just going to be about the result. This half is not just going to be about are we in the title race or out of the title race. This half is going to be about the personality. This half is going to be about the character which we'll show. This half is going to be about the fight that we can show for each other. This half is going to be about playing for each other. So all of those characters, personalities will come out in this half, guys. So let us just get on the roller coaster ride. Vinay says whenever Pep puts good lineups, players let him down. Bayaji, not a single change. Thank you, Pep. That is typical Pep. Bayaji, but to be fair to him here, why would he change? Because everything has been good, right? The final ball, Haaland has had 2 chances, probably more than half chances considering he's Erling Haaland. Both the goals have been from Ederson's mistake, so I don't think Pep can change anything. Actually, that's a good ball, Ikai Gundogan. But one change he has made, if you see, is Ikai Gundogan is that's outside. It's a throw in for City, but Ikai Gundogan is inside the box. Is making more uh, presence inside the box. He's having more of a presence inside the box. Is it a deflection? No. I think it's Julian Alvarez shooting from long range. Create chances. That's my frustration. Create chances. Honestly, I would say that I to be in a more comfortable state, City passing the game probably with the goal up. But I think it is nights like these that makes football entertaining, that makes you love your team even more. Can they come back from adversity? Can they have the personality to come back when you can potentially go 11 points behind Arsenal, right? Tonight. I know 11 points might not be a big this thing with 19 games to play effectively, 19 more games, especially knowing that 2019-20, 8 points behind Liverpool at the halfway side, that prime Liverpool. So Arsenal team is not that good as that prime Liverpool team, but we have no system now. That is the cause for concern. No system at all. Natanake. I mean, and also a little bit of transfer news. Maxim Peron, I think Pep is City are almost going to sign him. I don't know if it's confirmed, but I think it will be confirmed. Uh, And apparently, news is that Pep wants him to come straight into the starting 11. I mean, not starting 11, straight into the first team. So I don't know where the space is for a midfield player. We have to pass the ball quicker, quicker, quicker. Nathan, quicker. Luis, quicker. Rico has always been quick. Manuel Akanji, Ederson. Whenever I pronounce the name of Ederson in this game, I'm like, what the hell have you done, mate? We should have won, and in the worst case scenario, it should have been nil-nil, or we should be winning. But Ederson has completely become a Santa Claus. Nathan Ake. Nathan does well. It's a Spurs throw in, I think. It's the problem that's been plaguing us from the start of the season. Erling Haaland's goals have just covered few things up, but we are lacking pace. It's as simple as that. We are lacking pace. Spurs are able to defend narrow, and it's so predictable. Everyone here is an inside forward. Ford and Maher, who's on the bench, is an inside forward. Maher is inside forward. Julian Alvarez is not a winger. Come on, so this Jack Grealish an inside forward. Rico Lewis, Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez does extremely well to cut inside. That's 1-0 City. That's 1-0 City. Come on. Is it Julian Alvarez? Yes. Come on, City. Julian. Poachers instant. Come on. Come on. This is the character we need to show. We needed that early goal so much. The players needed it. The stadium needed it. The fans needed it. Come on, City. Mahrez does extremely well. And Alvarez was first to react. Wonderful goal. I think Perisic was on the way, but wonderful move there. Come on, let us get the second in quick succession and make it 2-2. That is what the game should have been at the end of half time. If not for our Santa Claus Edison. Press, 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 Riyadh press. Loris distribution is more shittier than a garbage bin. Press. If you look at the build up to that goal, the lovely thing was the build up between Gundogan, Akanji, and John Stones, I think, and then Rico Lewis takes it. He could have gone straight to Haaland, but he chose this Mahrez. So, a lot of intelligent decisions made. That goal, Jack, just run at the defenders, Jack. Wonderful running from Jack Grealish over there. The ball was just close to Hugo Lloris. Look at that again. This is the Jack we want to see. The way he's gone between two players. This is what Pep said when he brings a different dimension. This is the dimension he brings. Wonderful there. We won the ball early, but I think it's a mistouch. But Julian Alvarez gets it. Riyad Mahrez. Erling Haaland! Erling! 2-2! The character, the personality, what we are as a team. This is City. This is City at their absolute best. This is City at their very, very best. This is the character of this team. Wow! What a goal, what a move. What a way to light up the atmosphere of the stadium. Wow! Erling! They're checking for offside, Vinay. They're checking for offside. So I just hope the goal's given. Are they checking for offside? No, I think it's a goal. 2-2. But the job is not yet done, Vinay. The job is not yet done. This is why we love this team, right? This is why we love this team to bits. Through the downs, through the downs, they provide us with hope. And when a team does that, it's just so beautiful, right? Is this the pendulum swing which we want to restart our title race? Riyad Mahrez. Alvarez does well over there. Yes. What a 10 minutes, right? What a 10 minutes. What a 10 minutes, right? I still can't believe it. Is it 2-2? What a 10 minutes. Jack Grealish with the ball. Jack, put the sword. Put the sword through Spurs. Alex says, look, I found a City fan. There are plenty of City fans over here, Alex. The pass, the pass. Erling. He's free out wide, he's free out wide. For a moment I thought the ball went in. Riyad. Did that. How much did it miss by? Weak foot. It just curled away at the last moment. NB23, hi. How are you doing? Alex says all 15 of them. Then NB23 says, hi, can I please get a shout out? Hey NB23, how are you doing? And which team do you support, by the way? What a ball across. Erling. If you can't get there, even a Superman will give up halfway. So the momentum is with us, guys. The momentum is with us. It's just not the momentum in the game. It's the momentum of what we have done to come back. Wow, NB23. Great to hear that you support City. Wow. Another blue over here. Wow. Nathan. Nathan, can you please, for God's sake, can you please keep the pressure up? I know it's a little thing conceding a throw in, but we outnumbered them 3-2 in that small corner. Jack Grealish would have gone out there. It was a 1v1 with Perisic, I think, that side. So little moments like those. Spurs are rattled now. The only thing we need to be careful of is the transition. Transition, guys. NB23 says great stream. Thank you, NB23. Glad that you're enjoying it. Switch the play out wide. The space is out wide, guys. The space is out wide. What is happening there? What is happening? What is the ref telling? A Spurs player is down. What a 10 minutes, right? Let us take a breather. Let us take a breather to just let it sink in. Let everything soak in. A team in the last 4 matches who have struggled to create chances come out and play this mesmeric football. Come out and show that they can play with Erling Haaland. NB23 says bye. I have to go now, but have a great stream. Thank you, NB23. Have a great day as well. Have a great night as well. Alex says, can you show me your club's UCL trophy and treble? And Alex, can you show me your club's Aguero moment? Alex, can you show me your club Centurions 100 points? Can you show me your club's comeback from 2 goals down on the final day in 10 minutes? So it's not that I want to compare and say that United's achievements are not better than City's and all, but what a turn there, what a turn by Gundogan. If only he had passed it to Jack Grealish. So yeah, Alex, it's not my intention to say that United's achievements are not good or are not better than City's or something like that. Not comparison at all. What I would like to say is each club's achievements are unique to their fans. So just like Arsenal's invincibles are, just like Centurions and those Aguero goal, those last goal comebacks are for us. So that's the beauty of football, right? That's the beauty of supporting your team. There are moments that totally unique to what your rivals can experience. It's a transition. Just be careful. It's a transition. Kulusevski is in. Kulusevski is in. Kulusevski is in. What a save! What a save from Edison! What a save, right? Guys, did you see that save from Edison? What a save! Guys, did you see that save? What a save from Edison, right? What did Pep do in the dressing room? But we're under the cost still. We're under the cost still. We're under the cost. We need to be careful. De Gea greater than Ederson. Again, I don't I can compare both of them. De Gea, pure shot stopping wise, is, especially in his prime years, during that, when you were going through troubled times, 14 season, 15 season, even the 16 season, I would say 17 season. De Gea was those 4 5 years in the mid 2010 to 20, in the middle of the decade. De Gea was just supreme. His shot stopping ability is still unmatched, but it's actually of Rico Lewis. It's not of Ederson, but it's of Ederson, I think. Can see conclusively, but what a save that is, what a block that is. So De Gea, shot stopping wise, is very good, but distribution wise, I think Ederson can put the ball on a pens. His really spot on and is so good. So I think again both are two unique goalkeepers, and both are very good at what they do, and both are very good probably in the systems they function in. I I don't think United fans would like to hear this again, a transition, again a transition, again a transition. Rico Lewis is doing really well. Get the bloody ball out. Eddie, good kick out. Get the ball out. We were in control for the 10 minute spell, but can we hit them on the break? City are going on the break now. Erling Haaland is there. Riyad Mahrez. Riyad losing the ball, but he does well to get the ball back. Rodri just switch the ball. Rico Lewis is there with the ball. Rico. Play Riyad in. Cross it into the box, Riyad. NB23 says, who's your favorite Man City player? It is David Silva. I mean, all time is David Silva. But right now, if you ask me, I like Julian Alvarez, but my favorite is, of course, it's Kevin De Bruyne. Jack! Don't allow him to put a ball in. That's well defended. Keep calm, guys. Keep calm now. Alstar is here. Hey, Alstar, how are you doing? I'm good. I'm very good. Yes. Alstar, by the way, which team you support? Who is your favorite player NB23, by the way? All time and right now? And what's been your favorite moment as a Man City fan, except the Aguero moment, because the Aguero moment is, we know that regardless of what a fan likes, everyone's favorite, all of City fans' favorite is the Aguero moment. Apart from that, what's your favorite moment? Jack Grealish with the ball. Nathan Ake. Riyad Mahrez. What a take from Riyad Mahrez. You're a dream man. Riyad. What a goal from Riyad Mahrez. It's the goal only a maestro can score. Riyad Mahrez. Come on. Riyad. Wow. A goal from the very best. A goal from one of the most underrated players in Premier League. A goal from one of the best dribblers in the Premier League in the last 4, 5, 6 years. That is a goal which very few players can score. Probably an Arjen Robben in his prime. Those kind of players can take that touch, go on the outside and then score. Wow. That touch is just out of this world. And touch of the right foot, it's better than what an Arjen Robben can do. I don't even remember an Arjen Robben using his right foot. What a goal that is. Through Hugo Lloris. Riyad Mahrez, the character, the personality, the announcement, This is the roaring announcement of City. We are back. This is what happened at Stamford Bridge. Not in this way, but we won 5-0 that day. I think COVID season when we were languishing down in the seventh place. This is what we do to kickstart our seasons. 1920 Liverpool. They were 8 points ahead of us, and we went and won that game. So wonderful, wonderful comeback from City. What a 20 minutes this has been, right? Wow. NB23 says Messi causes code. No, yeah. I mean, I'm not here comparing. I mean, apart from Messi, I think I'm not comparing and telling Riyad Mahrez is the best left-footed player on the planet or something. But apart from Messi, Samuel says Spurs just got shushed by Mahrez. They had to. They had to. Where was this City in the first half? But we need to be careful of the transitions. Guys, do you remember that game last season? I think it was in February, I think. Return fixture. No, we lost the first fixture. Mahrez gets a penalty in the last minute, 2-2. And then Spurs go and score off the other end. So we need to be careful of the transitions. We need to be very careful of the transitions here. Nasir says, eat your curry. Hey Samuel, how are you doing? NB23 says, who did you want to win the World Cup? I wanted Belgium to win the World Cup because Kevin De Bruyne. That's why we're supporting Belgium. It's just because of what a ball out wide to Jack Grealish. Jack. Ah, fourth goal, and that could have just put a distance between us and Spurs. Alstra says, who do you want to win the Champions League? Of course, man. Who else than the team that has given me some very good memories? Who else? The team that has given us, all City fans, these memories. We have been through, especially Champions League, we have been through horrible moments, right? Stands out for me. Monaco stands out for me, where we froze to death in the second leg. Spurs stands out for me. Spurs defeat was too difficult to take. VAR 2 centimeters and something. We lost that tie. Lyon stands out for me, where Sterling missed an open goal. Literally, a goal couldn't have been more open than that. Last season, Real Madrid stands out for me. How can I forget that? Alstra says I'm a Chelsea fan, but Alstra, I think being a Chelsea fan, if you look at the first time you won the Champions League, there have to be some moments that have to go your way, right? Especially in the Champions League, like when you won it in 2012. I remember extra time, Drogba gives away a penalty, and Arjen Robben misses it. So I think there have to be moments where that have to go your way, and for City moments have not gone our way in the Champions League. People say that why has Pep not won the Champions League? He's not good enough and stuff. Even with apart from the Barcelona team, but I mean not just with City, but he can take it back to his Bayern Munich days. I think it was in the 14-15 season when Pep was managing Bayern. Semi-final against Atletico Madrid, Thomas Muller misses a penalty. Is it Pep's mistake that Thomas Muller missed a penalty and Atletico Madrid gone to win? Jack Grealish, Jack. Isn't it a handball? Maybe the speed of the ball was more, but nothing. Jack, go out and help, Jack. Pep is relaying some instructions to Jack Grealish over there. But yeah, so I think knockout competitions, I think you need to have moments go. Even when Pep was with Barcelona, I think Chelsea fans will remember he had some moments go his way. Chelsea-Barcelona semi-final, I think, when the infamous game where the referee didn't give a red card at all. So where a referee didn't put so many decisions in Chelsea's favour. So even with Barca, Pep had moments go his way. Jose had moments go his way when he won it with Porto long way back. You know, when Liverpool won it in Istanbul, they had moments go their way. When Milan missed open goals. when Liverpool get a penalty. So I think knockout competitions you need to have a little, I won't say luck, but you need to be strong in certain moments and you need to have moments go their way. So I do hope this year will be the year for City because Yaya Toure has lifted the curse, the famous curse. Jack Grealish, Jack has just looked so much himself. Nathan Ake, Jack Grealish. Ikai Gundogan Erling Haaland. The pass just had to be a little bit on that side. Ikai and Haaland was through, and Haaland was through. Alistair says you talk a lot of sense. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Manuel Akanji on the ball. Gundogan, Nathan Ake, Jack Grealish, Gundogan, Haaland. Temporarily space open, and transitions, guys, transitions, and Akanji does extremely well there. And Haaland, there was a through ball available to Haaland, but was a difficult one. You probably needed a De Bruyne on that. Rico give it to Mahrez, yes, Riyad Mahrez, Rodri. Give it to Riyad. Rico is in space. Give it to Rico. Give it to Rico. Don't play through the center. Don't play through the center. Give it to bloody Rico. Rodri. Ah. Spurs on transition. We need to be careful. We need to be careful here. Spurs on transition. Spurs on transition. Gundogan does well to retrieve the ball and it's a Spurs free kick. What the hell? Halsta says, who's your favorite Man City player? All time, my favorite Man City player is David Silva. And right now it's Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, I like Julian Alvarez, I like Haaland, but I like everyone, but it's Kevin De Bruyne. Who is your favorite Chelsea player, by the way? And what? And since you're a Chelsea fan, I would like to ask, what do you think of Chelsea signing Mudryk and Arsenal getting Trossard for 40 million? Would you like to have gone for Trossard for around 50 million, half the price? Son with the free kick. Eddie, time to redeem yourself, probably. It's a foul in City's favour. That's good refereeing. Akanji does well there. The blocks by Akanji have been very good. Alstra says Mason Mount. Vinay says, isn't it right time to put KDB? I think the problem Vinay with putting in KDB is the transitions. I'm just trying to think which players can he sub on and who are safe with the ball, who don't give away transitions. Because KDB is good, but he's also expansive, right? And see, the best attributes of KDB are being expansive, creativity, and stuff. So I probably think he wants another goal to put KDB in. I think Bernardo Silva would have been the right player to put on, but he's badly out of form. So I think he'll just go with the same team till the 85th minute or something. Probably Foden in the midfield wouldn't be bad. He's good. Or Grealish in the midfield and Foden probably out there on the wing. You want someone who's safe with the ball, and I don't think KDB is the one who's safe with the ball. His attributes or something else. Alstra says, I would say 37 million pounds for Trossard. Right? Even I was feeling that. I was having a discussion with a friend, and he was telling Mudryk 100 million you paid, but he has no experience in the Premier League, and that too, it is not even from the top 5 leagues. What a almost a bad clearance from Akanji, but Stones does well there. Second ball. Julian, press Flores, press. Where is the backup to the press? What the hell? There's no backup to the press. Haaland as well there. Haaland as well. But second ball, there was no backup to the press, and I was like, Jack Grealish does well. Akanji. Don't let Son curl it in. Don't let Son curl it in. Just kick the bloody ball out for a corner. That's fine. The ball's kicked out. Alstra says when's your next stream? I generally do live watch alongs mostly. So my next stream is I think the next match we have is against Wolves, right? Saturday, I think Saturday or Sunday. So that is when my next stream will be there. Alstra says I'm gonna start watching your streams now. Thank you, appreciate it that you're liking the content. Bisoma is coming in instead of Bentancur. Rodri. Riyad Mahrez touch wasn't good. But yeah, I think Vinay, this is the answer to your question. I think Pep really wanted to see how the opposition, how Conte played his cards, and Conte has got on Bissouma now. So reading from its first tactics will be probably to sit with Hoiberg and Bissouma and then counter aggressively rather than be a little bit more creative with Bentancur. So I think probably not. I mean, you can think in both ways. Do I want to see this match out 3-2, or do I want to put it to rest? If you want to put it to rest, probably go for another goal, bring on Kevin De Bruyne. I think it's the thinking of Pep, and it's a confidence element as well. It's a thin line now, The team would have got so much confidence with that goal, right? And with the three goals we have scored, and now if we concede and do something, that's a slip, but he recovers well. So the confidence will go again. So I think whatever substitutions Pep does literally have the ability to define our season here. So Pep needs to be very careful. I know that's a big statement. How can 15 minutes define a season? But it can. Because the first 45 minutes almost defined our season, right? That's what we were talking in the break. That's a foul. Well done. Alstra says, do you think you'll get more signings? We are actually getting Maxima Peron Alstra. You might not have heard much of him, but he's an attacking midfielder. He's from South America. So, from South American region, they say that he's very good. We are going to get him for 7.58 million, and Pep wants to bring him into the first team. They say Pep Guardiola called him thrice. He's a left footed midfield player as well. You don't get left footed midfield players so easily. Natanake in space. Natanake has wide space in front of him. Ake cuts it back to no one, literally no one. Samuel says SUFC haven't signed anyone yet. Yes, we haven't signed anyone yet. Maxima Peron is the one. We generally don't do January signings until it's absolutely imperative. Until it is like our season is hanging on it, and many of our fans here, many of the fan base here believe that winger is absolutely necessary. But probably Rafinha is out of reach now. So probably we'll go for him in the summer. Jack Grealish. Jack does very well. Nathan Ake, Erling Haaland, almost. Uh, M City followers says Jude Bellingham to Man City. Yeah, I'm confident. I know Liverpool fans are more confident that Jude Bellingham is to them, but when Real Madrid seem to be in the race, but I don't know why, but I'm very, very confident that we can get Jude Bellingham. Because reports are that Gundogan is almost, Barca to Gundogan is almost there because he's on a free transfer, and when someone's out of contract, we know how Barca acts. Bernardo Silva is dip in form. He might probably leave, so there are vacancies for that midfield spot. So I actually think Jude Bellingham to City is, we have Haaland, we have Foden who can convince him, Pep Guardiola convincing him of the project. So I'm very confident of Jude Bellingham to City. And B23 says, bye, have a good one. You too, man, have a good one. And hopefully, City can see it through. M City followers says, Richarlison is coming on. He just pisses me off, Richarlison, with the amount of time wasting he does. I think he does more time wasting than Neymar. Riyad Mahrez. Riyad. Riyad Mahrez, press, Riyad press. You know what Rico Lewis did there was impressive. He went as a backup for the secondary press, and you look at it. Riyad Mahrez now gets the ball. Erling Haaland. City are appealing for penalty, but look at it. When you follow up the press, that's what can happen, and we have not been able to follow up the press till now. When Rico Lewis did that, Spurs are already under pressure, so that is what we need to do. Nathan Ake, Jack Grealish, Nathan Ake, Manuel Akanji. But probably Vinay, about the subs that you asked me, I actually think that bringing on a defender might not be a bad idea. Defender like Ruben Diaz, for example. That's a foul. Well done, Gundogan. That's a foul. But bringing in a Ruben Diaz might not be bad actually. Have Bernardo Silva is coming on. Bernardo Silva is coming on. That is good. My only concern is about his form. He has given away six turnovers literally against United. If Bernardo Silva was in his prime form, United don't win that derby. Both the goals came from prior midfield turnovers. If you just have a look at it, so Gundogan played extremely well today. MCD follower says Jack Grealish is my favorite player, and who is your all-time favorite player? MCD follower. Erling Haaland with the ball. Riyad Mahrez coming onto it. Ah, just the ball taken out of him. And B23, thank you for your support. Thank you for the comment and thank you for the support. But there are some people who just want to frustrate others, who just want to take the piss out of others. That's it. They don't have any other work. So we can't just keep on shouting at them, right? So I just tend to ignore them. But thank you for the support anyway. Alstra says, do you think Man City will win today's game? I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it at all. Oh, they're checking for a penalty. They're checking for a penalty. They're checking for a penalty. Guys, is it a penalty? That's an handball, but where does it hit him? That's the question. Probably on the shoulder, I must say. Haaland thinks it's the hand. VR is checking it. Oh, it's not a penalty. That's fine. Yes, it's not a penalty, Nasi. It's not a penalty. Just hit on his shoulder. I know it's just hit on his shoulder, but Rico Lewis is down. Alstra says don't listen to people that are rude. Exactly, because if you start commenting on people who are rude, then they'll be endless. You end up wasting your time. That's all. Rather than that, you can just focus on the wonderful people that are out there and have good conversations with them. Right? Alstra says keep on going, my man. Thank you. MCT follower says that was a handball. I actually think they didn't give a handball because of the distance. Actually, the distance was too close. I think that's why they didn't give a handball. That's it. I think if it stuck on his arm or something, and the arm was extended a lot. I mean, arm in the sense his fingers or somewhere there at the lower part of his hand. I think they would have given that, but that distance, it's subjective call. And unless Mr. Michael Oliver is in VAR, they will. I don't think we can expect decisions like that in our favor. Vinay says big respect for Rico. Rico's been wonderful. Rico's been. I mean, I still am pinching myself that how a 19-year-old from the academy can actually lift a season, can I? Because if Rico is not there, just imagine who do you play in the fullback positions? Probably you'll have to buy someone in the transfer window playing a fullback in Pep's City is not at all easy understanding the system. So if Rico is not there, literally your season could be done. But there's a good second ball, second ball, second ball, second ball, second ball. Get to the second ball, Rodri. Second ball, follow up. Yes, well done. So I actually think Rico Lewis doing this season has a much wider significance, regardless of what happened in the season. It has a much wider significance because it could actually, it could actually kickstart the City Academy revolution, right? Because you spent so much on the academy. Phil Foden has come through, but after that, Palmer's struggling to break through. Erling, penalty. No, that's just me shouting out of out of excitement. I think that's not a penalty. MCT followers says will Haaland break most goals in Premier League season this year? If not this season, will he at some point break the record? I think he will. I think he will break the record. MCT follower. The only thing is that a penalty? No, I don't think. But I think even if City play badly, I think he's bound to break it at some point. 22 goals already. So won't he get 10 more, 20 more goals in 20 games? He will, I think he will. Unless City just fall off a cliff with the thing and something like that, I think Haaland will break the record. The point is not Haaland breaking the record. The point is, can we adjust to Haaland and play the ball quicker? Look at the 45 to 55 minutes, those 10 minutes of play. I think that is how we need to play. We need to play quicker. We need to just put more balls into the box, in terms of passing, in terms of crossing. So I think it depends on how we adjust to Haaland's style of play, whether he'll break the record or not. But should be easy. I think he already has 22 with today's goal, so 20 more has to do that. And also he has had some quiet games, right? Last 2 3 games he hasn't scored at all. Uh, MCT follower says, to be fair, Haaland has not been the same since the injury in late October, but he's still good. And also City's connection between Haaland Foden was very good. Jack, 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 Jack. That's a foul. Transition. It's not a foul. Jack has lost the ball in the middle of the field. It's okay. NB23. We'll just ignore him. Uh, we'll just ignore him. That's right. Some people don't have any work, and that's what they do. They can't do anything for themselves. They feel hollow with themselves, and that's what they come and they disturb others. So that's the only thing. Literally, don't think I've realized it's a waste of our time and energy to care about people like that. But that's a cross in. That's well done. He's in there to receive that second ball. Alstra says me and NB23 will be on the next stream. Thank you so much. Appreciate it that you're liking the streams actually. What I can guarantee you is we are having a wonderful community out there, building a wonderful community out there of City fans. And by the way, there are fans from other clubs as well who give us constructive criticism. Spurs get the ball back and Pep is frustrated. Good clearance, exactly. These last few minutes are so nervy to watch. The last thing you would want in such a game is where you're all pumped up with the goals. We have done so well as, concede late. Just don't jinx it. Just don't jinx it. I'm just telling to myself, just don't jinx it. What a ball that is. Edison does well. Edison does well to catch. Edison does well to catch. NB23 says I turn notifications on, so I will know. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yasin says block out the haters. Actually, our moderator is Not here today. Otherwise, I would have actually he would have actually blocked them out already. A moderator is not here today. MCT follower says, "Wow, it's already the 88th minute exactly." MCT follower, the going on with the discussions and stuff. I just didn't realize the time. Pep was shouting, and I saw the time is 89th minute. Mahrez is in. Mahrez is in. Mahrez, can you finish it off, Riyad? Riyad finishes it off inside! Riyad Mahrez! Wow! Look at the arrogance in that finish. Look at the coolness in that finish. Riyad Mahrez. This is Manchester City and we are back. We are back with a bang. Who Arsenal? This is how you reignite the title race. This is how you announce, you roar back. The roar of a tiger, the roar of a lion, telling who is the king of the forest. We are coming for you, Arsenal. We are coming to reclaim our throne. I mean, throne is not lost yet. We are coming. This is how you rekindle the title race. This is how you announce the momentum. Wow, wow, what a momentum shift nights like these can have. What a change from the first half to the second half. Wow, what a goal, what a goal. Yasin says Arsenal will win the league. I mean, in this moment of time, what do you care who wins the league? In this moment of time, it's just wonderful, right? 2-0 down when when all hope was lost, when we were down below the dumps, when everything was lost. Wow, who cares at this moment of time who wins the league? You're so happy right now. The excitement is just wonderful right now. It's just can't even. This is why we love this team. Love this team to bits. Aston Villa, West Ham last season, penultimate game. Aston Villa last game. Now this team never fails to give you memories for life. The joys of watching this team play is just wow. That's why you love to be a City fan. Nasi says Man City are looking good. I mean, the kind of momentum pump this can give you is something else actually. Especially what happened against Everton, Brentford, Everton, the United, Southampton. City were literally being written off, nowhere to hide, nowhere to go, nothing to do. We just had to look deep down into ourselves. That's all. And Jack Grealish with the ball. Jack pass it to Riyad Mahrez. He doesn't, but that's fine. Bernardo. That's fine. That's fine. Anywhere will do now. It's Julian Alvarez actually. Anywhere will do now. Yasin says, Nasser is 80. Don't listen to him, my friend. I know Arsenal fans. If they want to banter, they can banter. That's fine. MCT follower says, what a comeback. Lovely comeback, right? Even at 3-2, it's at 3-2 also just hold on and this is enough. But at 4-2, it just feels like you have almost got a new lease of life into you, you know. It almost feels like you have lost all hope and you are almost in sort of a you're sort of lifeless in the last few games and you suddenly revive. That is this is just super beyond words. I'm not having any words to express what City have done here. It's just out of the world. There are some things in life that you can't express at all, and I think this is one moment there. Fantastic. MCT followers is 4 goals with no answer from Tottenham. It's 6 goals. MCT follower count the 2 gifts from Santa Claus Ederson. Now I understand why they call Santa Claus so generous. Now I understand why Santa Claus decided to give those goals to Spurs. Son there, Jack Grealish. Merrick City are going to make a comeback in the league. Who is the GOAT? Man City is the GOAT. We believe in teamwork, no single player. City are the GOAT. The system, the character, the personality, they are all GOATs. Teamwork is the GOAT here. Kyle Walker has come on. I don't know when he has come on, but City are just managing this game extremely well. Out of Ronaldo and Messi, I'm a Messi fan, so I'll be biased towards Messi. But honestly, I'm okay with both. But what a win! What a win! Riyad Mahrez there. Mahrez back to form. I mean, he was back to form earlier as well, but I mean, this win we can discuss Rico Lewis, we can discuss Mahrez, we can discuss the pressing of Julian Alvarez. I'll come back to Alvarez. This a bit I want to talk about him. There's Erling Haaland, there's Jack Grealish who's played very well. So there are a lot of bits to discuss about this. But above all of it, I think the reason for our victory is it's just that we found belief in ourselves. It's just that we played for each other when no one is trusting us. At halftime, when players walked after halftime into the pitch, what was it? A dark night. Players walking out into the dark night for the second half. All the fans around them who were silent. It was just it was just extreme spooky silence at the Etihad with only Spurs fans jumping. The fans not able to believe it. So it was almost very difficult. It was almost all doom and gloom sat down on the club. And what do you do when everyone around you there's just doom and gloom, and it's just the club, the fans, players, that's it. Critics are coming heavy against you. You have 45 minutes. You've messed up the first half. You've gifted goals to them. You've done well. You've done hard work on the first half, and yet you messed it up. So what do you do? How do you gather the courage? I think this is where the camaraderie between the City players is just amazing. We played for each other, we trusted each other and played for each other. The character, the personality, the way all the players are going down to the fans and clapping, all of it, all of it. There are movements that turn a title race back on its head, and those movements are necessarily not when you go above the other team in the table. Those moments could be 2018-19. City beat Liverpool and City was still 5 points behind Liverpool, yet we went on and won the league. There are certain movements, 2011 season, we United were so far ahead of us, 8 points. I think in last couple of games to go, we defeated them in the derby, and so there are still we were 5 points behind. But there are movements that turn games on its head, and for me, I think this is a marker. This is a movement. This is a moment that can turn this title race on its head. On its head, Arsenal would now be thinking there and feeling well. It would be nice if Spurs didn't score those two goals and City just won 1-0. That would have been good. Because the momentum nights like these give, it just fills you with so much belief that you just seem to feel yourself as, unbeatable, invincible. When you have that feeling internally, inside yourself, nothing can defeat you. Not Arsenal, not anyone who's at the top of the table. I think it is that belief that we have gained today. Aguero or Haaland? Has to be Aguero, but Haaland is just getting on with it right now. But for me, it's Aguero. Vinay says 4-4-2, 4-4-2 with Rico inverted. Vinay, two players who literally changed the system are the unsung heroes. You won't see their names in the assist chart, but he's the player who the fans are hugging now. Julian Alvarez. Julian Alvarez is one, and they have actually taken the shot of Julian Alvarez. That's so Julian Alvarez is one and Rico Lewis is another. Julian Alvarez, because the way he presses with United, you literally had De Bruyne going up there and pressing. If De Bruyne is pressing, because we know Haaland is still learning that he's not the best presser in the world. So if De Bruyne is pressing, who is your creative outlet? So, and Haaland was involved in pressing against United as well. But when Julian Alvarez is there, the way Julian Alvarez presses, he does the work of two people. Believe me or not, he does the work of two people. So Julian Alvarez literally freed up your Gundogans, they freed up your creative outlets, they freed up even Erling Haaland. Haaland was getting in those positions and Alvarez was dropping in. Alvarez was creating that numerical overload in the midfield. So Alvarez has been the key today to that attacking balance. And And Rico Lewis has been the absolute key to linking attack and defense. The way he takes the balls from the centre backs and stuff. I mean, it's not easy to escape the press of Harry Kane and Alvar, and Rico Lewis has done that. My God, this 19-year-old, my God, this 19-year-old can actually can actually light it up. He can actually light it up. I I'm not going to just stop spamming like people are telling. Exactly, football critics. He has to stop spamming. Thank you for accepting it. That is fine, but thank you for accepting it. Bhaiya just says with KDB, every attack must be routed via him, but without KDB, everyone looks to create. But exactly, Bhaiya and I mean, whatever I'm gonna say now might not sit well with at least a section of the City fans because last season. And I'm going to come to the point that you said because you're spot on about KDB. I really love KDB in this team. Like people have asked, I've told KDB is my favorite player in the City team. He has been for a while. But, when I think last season it was. In the first half, KDB was injured, I think, and we had a midfield of Gundogan, Bernardo, and Rodri, right? And Bernardo was making those false nine runs. So at that time, I always thought that the midfield looked balanced because there was an element of surprise in that midfield. You didn't know if Gundogan would go or you didn't know if Bernardo would go, and both of them kept the ball well, Gundogan and Bernardo. I think with KDB, that balance is a little bit more skewed because KDB is the attacking midfielder. So opposition teams know KDB is the attacking midfielder. Gundogan times his runs. For example, if he plays alongside him or Bernardo, they sit with Rodri almost. They play the box to box role. So, like you said, by Ajit, there's an element of surprise when KDB is not there, and with KDB again, it becomes a little bit more open. KDB goes wide, for example, he has to put the ball in for Haaland. But today you see how the attacks were rooted. First goal, for example, it was Akanji, Rodri, Akanji, then ball was given to Rico Lewis. Rico Lewis went and played in Riyad Mahrez, and it was actually fantastic. It was all of the three goals were actually fantastically rooted, especially the first two. And with KDB, I think again that's the problem for Pep actually. How do you make the system work with KDB? Football Kit says wait, KDB needs to be benched because he now got some attitude problems. So do Foden, Cancelo, etc. Again, football critics, not the attitude problem, I would think, but again with again, the system becomes like Bayaji was mentioning. The system becomes too one-dimensional with KDB playing in there. I mean, lot of examples. Everton, Newcastle, Brentford. I can say Liverpool was a prime example. I'm still sitting here and thinking, how could we not beat that Liverpool team and Brighton opened them up with and they're better than when we played them. Now at least they have Coty Gakpo, they have a few returnees from injury. How could we not beat that Liverpool team? How could we drop 2 points to that 3 points to that Liverpool team? All of the attacks in that Liverpool team were KDB going out wide and us passing to KDB crossing to Haaland. How much are you going to do that? So I actually think, and also when you play both KDB and Riyad Mahrez, especially something I noticed in the derby and why Mahrez was not effective was KDB and Mahrez both go out wide. So this means that Mahrez doesn't always have that permission to cut inside. It's KDB who tries to cross it or who tries to cut inside. So I think the balance is a little bit skewed when KDB plays, and the team looks much balanced, right? Not KDB, no Cancelo. With Foden is the missing piece of puzzle for me because Foden is a goal scorer and is direct on the wing. I think we need Foden back. Probably Cancelo, KDB, we can adjust a bit with the form of Ake, Lewis, and with what Gundogan's doing in the midfield and Julian Alvarez playing 4-4-2. I think we can adjust without a KDB, but I think we need Foden back as soon as possible. And also, it will be interesting to see KDB in the system for me because Alvarez is dropping, which means there's more freedom for another midfield, and Luis is inverting, which means There's more freedom for another midfielder like KDB to venture forward. And also another thing is, I would like to see if Pep says to KDB, just stay within the width of the box, in the sense in the midfield. Stay centrally in the midfield and play your game. Don't drift out wide and occupy those positions where it's easy to mark. I think with KDB, Pep also has to take the blame because he's in giving him instructions to and telling him like cross from out wide and Haaland will hit the goal. That is not going to always happen. When KDB plays in the middle, it's almost impossible to defend against him. He can go both ways. He can turn. He can put a shoulder down and run. He can take on people in the midfield. He can put some through balls. He can ping balls out wide to play in Riyad Mahrez. So I think the instruction if KDB plays should be in this system stay centrally, stay centrally, stay centrally. That's all. And with being central, other advantages on the transition, you can be better. Today, why were we better against Spurs? Spurs are one of the best teams on transition. Still, even though they're out of form, Kulusevski, Kane, Son. I can't think of a much better trio in terms of pure transitions. And why were we almost perfect in terms of defending transitions today? Look at the midfielders. Where were the areas the midfielders went? Gundogan, did you see a midfield? Did you see Gundogan actually drift out wide? No, right? Rico was inverting, so there was another body. So the midfielders today, okay, Jack drifted out wide, but generally the midfielders were central today. Rodri, Rico Lewis, and Gundogan, who played in the majority of these midfield spots. So I think KDB can play, but the instructions have to be difficult. Toby says, wait, it says 2-2. We won 4-2. I'm very sorry, Toby. I'm extremely sorry. I mean, the way the match went, the excitement and stuff, I was so sure that we'll win that I didn't even manage to change the score line. Thank you again for reminding me, Toby. Football Kid says, what's your take? Gundogan moving to Barcelona. I've also read it today. I think Gundogan will make that move. I think because the best City can offer him is probably a 1 year contract where they will like to bring in a Jude Bellingham and phase Gundogan out, or even shift Jack Grealish to the midfield area and phase Gundogan out. And Barcelona are offering Gundogan the chance to be the heir of Sergio Busquets. I mean, at least for the next 2 years, for the short term. And I think if Gundogan goes there, he can play there for 2-3 years. I think with Gundogan, I mean, honestly, I think there's a need to infuse new blood into the midfield. Actually, I think football works in cycles of 4 years. Actually, 3-4 years. Pep believes it's 3 years. That's why he moves every 3 years. But I think when did this midfield come? When did Fernandinho go? I think it's roughly coming to 3 years. I think from that Champions League final, after which Fernandinho left. So I think we are almost towards the end of that midfield cycle. So the next midfield cycle will be Jude Bellingham, Rodri, and I think it could be Phil Ford in the midfield or Jack Grealish in the midfield, or it could be Maxim Perron in the midfield. So I think Pep is looking to freshen things up in the midfield actually. Football Crick says this is the reason we don't need to move more English players in the squad. Football Crick says what I'm seeing Grealish playing in midfield with Gundogan leaving, and we need to get a new winger. Football Crick's new winger is essential. What many people don't realize is we are in a transition actually. We are in a transition phase in terms of adapting to a new cycle. I think 3 year cycle. Pep operates in 3 year cycles. He's at City for the last 6 years, but still he operates in a 3 year cycles, which means he tries to refresh his squad every 3 years. So 2016 to 19, 19 to 22, and now so I think we need a new winger. We need at least two new midfield players. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a new fullback. I wouldn't be surprised if we get another right winger. Another left winger just to be a backup for Foden. I'm expecting at least 4 signings in the summer actually. Minimum of 4 signings. But right now I'm excited about Maxim Perron, a left-footed player in the midfield. I think that could actually do wonders to us. I know there is Bernardo Silva there. I think Pep wants to provide him with competition as well. So Maxim Perron, and news is that Maxim Perron will come straight to the first team. City are almost finalizing a deal for him. I think also City are shifting a transfer policy because Especially after the Alvarez thing where we paid 14 million, it was a wonderful deal, right? I think with Maxim Peron, news is that City are looking to bring players for 10 million, 15 million from the South American region. That's what they are telling. So could be a shift in terms of bringing more players from the academy. Could be a shift in terms of scouting talent and bringing it them for less money. We'll see a great shift in terms of the arrivals in the next 2 3 years. And what I'm seeing is I think we'll see more arrivals from the academy. Oscar Bob is one. Carlos Borges is one. D Lottery, not D Lottery, Embude is his name. Embude is one from the academy. So I think we have two wingers already in the academy. So it will be interesting to see what happens to James McAtee. So a lot of exciting things coming up for City actually. Football Kids is what I heard. Kvicha Kevaslia might be coming in the summer. But Football Kids, I would like Rafi Liao actually. Just that pure pace, that aggressiveness. I think with Kichaka Wastia, you almost get something of a similar sort of things. Not that we have, but in terms of you don't get that raw pace that we are extreme raw pace running at defenders, right? That we are talking about. I know he has pace, but it's not the same raw pace as Rafinha, traditional winger who holds the width and stuff like that. So Kichako Kavaslia, how much I have seen, he likes to cut inside and he likes to do all those sort of things. For me, I think I have enough of City buying these inside forwards, and I've had enough of Pep having his obsession with these inside forwards. So I mean, we are just playing so many inside forwards, and everyone is converging inside teams. That is the problem we are facing. So I would want Rafael Liao, his aggressiveness. That would just be wow. Rafael Liao in this team, Liao, Haaland, and probably a Foden on the other wing, or even a Julian Alvarez. I wouldn't mind. It would just be a deadly trio actually. See, if Mahrez can do this at this age, he's almost 30, 31, right? Just imagine what a roaring young Rafi Liao can do. And he would help us defensively as well with his pace. Football fixtures, would you mind Sterling back at City? He understands this system and is the perfect guy with Haaland. I was exactly thinking this, football freaks, thinking this about Raheem Sterling, how much we are missing Raheem Sterling. I mean, I'm thinking this every time we fail to break down a narrow block. I'm thinking how I mean Raheem's we are missing Sterling so much because every Sterling's finishing is not good, but up to that point his approach play, his link up play, the way he tracks defenders out, the way he uses space. Simple example: Aston Villa last season we were struggling to break Aston Villa down. Pep brings on Sterling and Gundogan. Sterling drags an Aston Villa fullback out and gives a cross. Gundogan scores the first goal. So Sterling drags people out. If you see in that 3 goal spurt which is scored, Sterling always is dragging people out. So Sterling would just have been perfect with Haaland. They would have wreaked havoc. But okay, he went and we. Okay, it's fine. I think Rafael Liao is the one who will be an upgrade on Sterling as well. I think his finishing is also very good. I think he's in the top 5 assists in Europe up to this point or something like that. He has an insane stat as well, Rafael Liao. Vinay says so. Rico and Alvarez must play. Even if Pep Guardiola doesn't come to the touchline, I don't care. But Rico and Alvarez, they played so well in this match that Rico and Alvarez they themselves can just go and write their names down in the team sheet. Pep doesn't need to include them in the team sheet, so they've been so good. They might be the players who might just kickstart the system of adjusting with Erling Haaland. You never know. But I'm sure if Rico played in the derby, we would have won the derby for sure. We would have won the derby easily because Rico Lewis frees up De Bruyne. Rico Lewis frees up. I mean, the midfield players basically. Rico Lewis inverts inside, which means in a way Rico Lewis frees up Rodri as well because he's inverting inside and is providing the overload for you. A Gundogan need not stay there, or a Bernardo Silva need not stay there. They can go wandering and go poaching. So that is something we missed. De Bruyne for too long was easily marked out of the game by Casemiro in the derby. Actually, if Rico Lewis was there, that would not have been the case. Football Critics says, have you forgotten James McAtee? But I think Palmer might have played his last game for City in that Southampton game. Um, Palmer just the problem with Palmer is we are having too many of those kind of attacking players at City. Foden plays the similar way, Mahrez plays the similar way, Grealish plays the similar way. So what is Foden giving you extra? Sorry, what is Palmer giving you extra? And Cancelo in a way plays the same way when he cuts inside. I think if in place of Palmer, Carlos Borges was there, or even an Embuda was there from the academy, they would have been getting more minutes because they're different kind of players. Again, not Palmer's mistake. Just like it wasn't Delap's mistake that he couldn't grab the chance last season due to injuries, not or Sam Edozi's mistake. So not Palmer's mistake, but yeah, I actually think he'll be given chances in the FA Cup against Arsenal. But one thing is, I think Pep loves Palmer in the midfield as well. One thing about Palmer is he presses well and he doesn't. His vision is good and he doesn't give the ball away that often. So I think Pep likes those kind of players, and Pep generally finds places for those kind of players in his system. Football critics says, I know it's risky. We should go all out for Victor Osimhen as a winger. Football critics, Victor Osimhen. I think Rafinha as an out and out winger is actually better than Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen. I think if you're anyway going to spend and another thing, football tricks is Victor Osimhen. I think we will not deal with him because he's at Napoli, if I'm not wrong, right? And we have already stopped speaking to Napoli after that Jorginho thing. So Victor Osimhen is almost and Koulibaly, Jorginho. So I don't think we is Victor Osimhen still at Napoli? I just don't know. If he's at Napoli, then we are not going for him. Vinicius Alvarez must play often. His work rate is very important for us. He does the work rate of both Haaland and himself. He literally tells to Haaland, you go and score goals. I will do your work rate. He's there everywhere. In the Chelsea match, I think it was FA Cup match. Both Alvarez and Bernardo Silva started, right, and both Alvarez and Bernardo Silva, what tactical expert wrote afterwards in Twitter. He wrote that both Bernardo Silva and Alvarez, their press is so intense that Chelsea would suffocate even though you would put them on three ventilators. The press of one is hard to deal with, but the press of if both play, the press is impossible to deal with. Alvarez and Bernardo Silva, the work rate, everything is just too much. NB23 says, this is my final goodbye. Have a great night and awesome next day. Thank you, NB23. I will have an awesome next day for sure. The way all of us here in this community will have an awesome next day because the way City have won this, it's just not we have won it. You would say, if you had just won it, you would say longer test to come. The way we have won it is, you just feel so lovely. You just feel so good in the moment, right? It's just fantastic. Football Creek says, we should tempt a move for Ansu Fati in the summer. But Ansu Fati has been injury prone, right? Uh, he has not featured much for Barcelona, and I mean he has a release clause of 700 million pounds or billion pounds. I don't know, but I'm thinking who are the players we need for the squad to just go to the top level. Because when we went for Harry Kane that season, I thought if we got Harry Kane that season, we would have won. We would have been so good. Okay, we didn't get. They asked for 200 million pounds, and okay, that's fine. But if you ask me, if you show me this squad and you ask me, I think a left back who can left back like David Ram, a left back who can defend and is also good attacking wise. Ake is good at defensively, but attacking wise, you saw that his crosses are not that good enough. Not that those are not Ake's best attributes. So someone like a David Raum, actually, the way he played for Germany, I thought David Raum would have been fantastic. And I mean, looking at Cucurella play, by the way, for Chelsea, I'm glad we didn't get him. We didn't stump out the money because the guy just doesn't know how to defend. The guy, it would just have been an improved Zinchenko, a little bit taller Zinchenko that we would have got if we got Marco Corella. So that probably you would want a David Ram, a hard tackling fullback and left back and things like that. At right back, Jan Kuto is also coming back from loan and is a monster. People compare him to who's great for the free kick, who's Brazilian great. People compare him to Roberto Carlos. in the way he defends 1v1s, in the way he takes free kick, in the way he cuts inside Jan Kuto. So Jan Kuto and Rico Lewis, Walker can slowly phase out, I think, playing few games here or going to centre back. And I think we need to get a left back of the ilk of a David Round, someone at least who's balanced attacking wise or defensive wise. I can't understand how such a successful transfer team, such a successful scout team has not been able to scout a single good left back till now. Mendy, too good attacking wise, defensively shite. Sinchenko, I won't comment on him because it's been good for City and it's not his position, but all of our fullbacks have not at all been good. Nathan Ake, very good defensively, but attacking wise question marks. Cancelo, defensively a few question marks. So all of our fullbacks have not at all been good. We need to focus on that area and stump out the money, I think. So for me, a fullback, the midfield needs replacement. Gundogan, I'm expecting he'll go. Bernardo Silva, touch and go. So I would probably think it's Jude Bellingham is coming in. Maxim Perron is a really good replacement. People would think he's only 19, but I think he's ready to break into this first team. Just see the clips of him tactically, not just goals and stuff, but tactically moving around. And you can sense that he's ready for the first team in the positions he takes up on the pitch. So I think we get Jude Bellingham, Maxim Perron, and probably Grealish might be played into the midfield, and then we get a Rafael Leao. I think Rafael Leao and a fullback are mandatory. There's no hiding behind them. And a Jude Bellingham. All of these three signings are mandatory. And then probably left winger, a Ford, back up to Ford. And so I think these four signings for me. Left back who can attack and defend equally well. Jude Bellingham, Rafael Leao, and one more backup on the left wing. So my four signings. And in the worst case, if Jude Bellingham is not possible, you probably move Jack to the midfield. He just looks like a bird with new wings whenever he plays in the midfield. Bayaji says, go for clean sheet by all means versus Wolves. That Wolves game will be will be will be, I won't say a test, but will be a testament to us continuing the momentum, because after Wolves we have Arsenal in the FA Cup, right? So I think the next two games will actually be important in terms of sustaining the momentum. But this half was so important. This half literally, I mean, even before the half started, we were discussing, right? All of us were gloomy, all of us were so quiet, and we were discussing this second half has the capacity to decide a season. And whenever Pep has gone into matches like these, whenever Pep has gone into halves like these, I remember against Liverpool 2019-20. I know I keep referring back to that, but that match has so many memories for me. 2019, 28 points behind. Pep told in a press conference, we have to win or the title is over. And City go on and win then. So whenever City are in a position where the title will almost go, I don't know what Pep says, but we just bamboozle the opposition. That that halftime team talk would just have been so wonderful, right? I can't imagine that a coach who only knows tactics and all of those things can inspire a comeback like this. Because suddenly after that first half, so you do all the hard work, you go 2-0 down. What do you say to the players that can inspire them to? Because no one did anything wrong. They followed the manager's plan and yet they are 2-0 down due to silly mistakes by the goalkeeper. How do you inspire such a bunch of players who are down? Hats off to the man management and hats off to the inspirational character that Pep Guardiola is. Wonderful. He brought out the character, the personality, the character, all the traits today. He brought out the trait of playing for each other today. That's just wonderful. The spark that has already ignited our season, I would say. Bayaji says, what changes will Pep make for the Wolves game? I think Pep is Pep will have a call to make in the big games now on Bayaji. Do I play a Kevin De Bruyne, or do I actually go with this midfield of a Gundogan, Grealish, Rodri, or a Gundogan, Bernardo, Rodri, or anyone without a De Bruyne? I think for Wolves he might start De Bruyne, but I think for all the big games from now on, Pep will have that call to make, because we have seen the midfield is much more tight. We to this Spurs team with Son, Kulusevski, and Kane, we have not conceded a single transition, which means that the midfield is tightened, which means that there is something there. So Against Wolves, I think he'll bring De Bruyne in, he'll bring Kyle Walker in, probably Rico Lewis will get a rest, or probably Rico Lewis gets a rest in the FA Cup game. Depends on how seriously Pep is taking the FA Cup game, but one thing is, I think Pep will bring De Bruyne in somehow, and Pep will bring Ruben Diaz in, and he'll give rest for Akanji. Football Critics says it's always like that a statement win always comes against London clubs. It was Chelsea back then, and it was Chelsea back then, and it's Spurs now. What about a statement against Arsenal as well? That would just wrap it up, right? That would just wrap up the entire thing. Anyway, a wonderful night, 45 minutes. I mean, deserted, gloomy, and nothing. And then the next 45 hours were some of the most wonderful moments for us, actually. So, so great night of football, I would say. Wonderful. Thank you again, guys, for joining me. Thank you so much. We'll again be back with the stream against Wolves. Thank you and take care, everyone. Enjoy the evening or night or early morning, depending on wherever you're in. Football Grid says, make me mod. I will actually make you and Vinay also mods. I think actually JSK is the mod, but I don't think he's in the stream. So I'll actually make you guys mod actually for the next stream. Thank you so much again and take care, guys. See you all. Yes, Bayaji, I'll actually JSK is the mod, Bayaji. JSK and one of my other friend is the mod, but both of them are not there today, so I'll make uh, one of you guys mod as well. So yeah, good night, good city night, wonderful city night, and take care. One of the best moments I've had. Thank you.